All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the eve of Super Wildcard Weekend. Here at the special episode of Down to the Wire, I'm your host, Dan Turner. Joining me, as always, Jeff Hasley, and we now have two special guests because, we got to up the ante now that's the playoffs. We have both Matt and Justin Henry. What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Doing
Living
good.
large, man. Hey, football's here. Wild card weekend's here, baby. Let's get it.
All right, Jeff, let's pull up that bracket and let's get to these games.
Okay, let's do that. There we go.
All right, start with the AFC first. Jags and Chargers. What do you think,
Ooh.
Jeff?
Starting with the tough one.
Got to go in hot.
This is the tough one here. All right, so look, Jacksonville has won 5 straight games and 6 of their last 7, and this is a home game for them. And that's pretty solid, especially after the way they started the season. They totally turned it around. I'm not sure if I'm willing to put them into the next bracket here because the Chargers and Justin Herbert, in my opinion, I think they just have that ability to win games late. And if it comes down to the arm of Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert, I'm going to take Herbert on this. That's why I think the Chargers, I hate to do this because I like home playoff teams usually, but I like the Chargers in this game, but I think it's going to be close. It's definitely less than a touchdown. It might even come down to a field goal, and the last team that has possession wins. So that's kind of my take.
All right. What do you think, Justin?
Everybody loves this Jacksonville team and the way they've been playing, and Trevor Lawrence and the rise of Jacksonville Jaguars has been documented. They almost got bounced from this entire playoff picture against a team led by Joshua Dobbs. So for me, when I look at the Chargers, there was a team full of expectations coming in the year. This was a 14-win, 13-win team across the board by a lot of teams. But listen, they've dealt with so many injuries. Keenan Allen has been out. Mike Williams has been out. Joey Bosa. The names go on and on for this offense and defense. They're finally starting to get healthy. 3 of the last 4 games that they played, they've held teams under 20 points, and I think that's the key for this Jacksonville team is if they can play defense at a high level, they're going to be a tough out. I don't see any way they lose to this Jacksonville team. I got the Chargers.
All right. Matt?
Yeah, I went back and forth here, but ultimately landed on the Chargers. I think at the end of the day, I just like Justin Herbert a little bit more than I like Trevor Lawrence. To be fair though, it's impressive what the Jaguars have been able to do this season. So no disrespect to them, but ultimately I'm going to go with Los Angeles.
Oh wow!
All right.
So we all like the Chargers.
Sounds like we all disrespected them a little bit.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with the Chargers. I think the Jags are a great story coming back from being down so early in the season and bouncing back to win the AFC South. But I think the Chargers now getting healthy at the right time, and Herbert is a better quarterback in my opinion than Trevor Lawrence is at this point in time. So I think the Chargers will beat the Jags. So it seems like we all agree that the Chargers are going to beat the Jaguars and move on. All right, Jeff, pick the next matchup. Let's go for it.
How about Buffalo and Miami?
Okay.
Buffalo and Miami. You want me to start off?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I mean, Buffalo seems like a team of destiny, right? Especially with their overcoming a lot of adversity this season. Of course, most recently, the Damar Hamlin situation. It seems like that has galvanized the team to kind of put together this long run to a title, a championship, the first ever parade in Buffalo for any professional sport. So Buffalo, it seems like they're a team of destiny. They've won 7 straight games. Miami has won 1 of their last 4. We might be dealing with a 3rd-string quarterback here for Miami. We don't know if Tua is going to play. We don't know if Bridgewater is going to play. If Bridgewater does play, he's going to have his pinky taped to his ring finger the whole game. He's not going to be able to throw deep, most likely. He's going to have ball security issues. I like Buffalo here. The line's 10.5 if we're looking at that as well, and that seems like it's just a no-brainer here. We haven't even mentioned weather. It's likely going to be cold, blustery, snowy, windy. It's not a place for Miami. So I'm gonna take the Bills here, and I'm really curious to see if anyone has any interest at all in Miami.
I'll go next. I think that there is absolutely no chance that Miami wins this game. I think, I mean, both regular season games, the combined, total for the winning team was like 5-point differential for the winner. So they're both really close games. So they're both really good games. I just don't expect this game to be that. I think that that line of plus 10.5 is ridiculous for a playoff game, but it really speaks to Miami might not have Tua, and I just don't think whether it's Skylar Thompson or Bridgewater that they'll have enough to beat the Bills at this point in time based on how the Bills are going to be focused going for that ultimate goal of getting to the Super Bowl. So I think the Bills are going to win handily in this game.
Yeah, the wheels are definitely falling off for this Dolphins team, and things are clicking for this Bills team. We don't got to spend much time on this, in my opinion. This is going to be a Bills win, man. I don't know. There's no way this Dolphins team with Skylar Thompson, Teddy Bridgewater, does not matter who's under center for this Dolphins team. This is an easy Bills win, in my opinion.
Yeah. Come on, guys. It's the Bills. Come on.
Just
Matt's last. He's last. He's like,
that has to be the quote from this video. Matt just going, yeah. What are we even talking about here? Yeah. All right. So the last one is the Bengals and the Ravens. So Matt, why don't you kick us off with this one?
I'm going with the Bengals here. I don't know. Everyone's talking about the Chiefs. Everyone's talking about the Bills, but I think the Bengals have a real chance here. They've looked fantastic as of late. Their offense is really clicking. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they just beat the Ravens this past week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
I know Lamar Jackson's kind of up in the air. I assume if he does find a way to play, he won't be 100%. Either way, I'm still going with the Bengals here.
Make a little shocking
Go ahead,
pick here.
Go ahead, Justin.
I'm going to make a little shocking pick here. I got the Ravens in this one, and I know the Bengals have been hot. They haven't lost a game, it seems like, in forever. But one of the games they lost earlier this year was to this Ravens team. Now, they did beat the Ravens last week, but the Ravens did not have a lot of their starters in, and it does matter to me if we do see either Tyler Huntley or Lamar Jackson under center. That is very important. I think the Ravens can pull this off if either one of those quarterbacks is in. The defense has been ready. They beat them earlier in the year. And this is a division matchup. Like, these division opponents don't want to see each other win, and they know each other very well. So we've seen this Ravens team have success against the Bengals at times and vice versa. The Bengals have had success, and I know they're at home. But give me the Ravens in an upset victory against the Bengals.
Wow, that's a spicy hot take. We love
that
here.
That is spicy.
Gotta drop one every now and then,
Yeah, I gotta. All right, Jeff.
I want to counter that, and I also want to say, Justin, thanks for taking one for the team there, because it seems like we're all in agreement with some of these games, with all these games. All right, so I like Cincinnati. They've won 10 of their last 11, 10 straight games. Baltimore has lost 3 of their last 4. We've already talked about how Baltimore's not really playing their guys. They're not healthy, and the fact that they're not healthy is a concern. Not only is Jackson hurt, but so is Huntley. And, if this comes down to a third quarterback, I like Cincinnati, even in Baltimore. But this game's in Cincinnati. So I'm going to take the Bengals here. I think they're the stronger, the better team. I think we're going to see something similar to what we saw last week. And, Bengals move on, and they will face the Bills in the next round in Buffalo. And that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati this game as much as I appreciate, Justin trying to, put that little spicy take in there. I just think that they're playing so well. They've had, like Jeff said, haven't lost since like October. They've beaten some great teams, including the Kansas City Chiefs. And I just think they've gotten hot at the right time. And with the injuries to the Ravens, I just don't see how they can overcome Cincinnati. So I do believe Cincinnati wins this game. All right. But over to the NFC side, let's start with the 49ers and the Seahawks. Justin, you started us off with this one.
I mean, if I was going to go any other direction besides the 49ers stuff, with this Niners stuff here in the background, y'all would have came from my head. The Niners is going to take this one, man. Look, the Seattle Seahawks are lucky to be there, man. This is the Aaron Rodgers interception away and probably drive away from the Seahawks not being here. So I'll give them their respect. Seahawks are a good team. Geno Smith's story has been incredible this season, but this Niners team is built differently. Top defense, top run game, and the play of Brock Purdy has really elevated this team over the last, they kind of rallied behind him. So players are getting healthy. Debo's back. Nick Bosa's looking good. I think this is going to be a no-brainer in my opinion. Niners roll.
Jeff?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Niners win, the 2 versus the 7. It seems like, and especially in this situation, Seattle is thankful to be there, and San Francisco is just the runaway train. They're hitting on all cylinders. Justin already mentioned how well Brock Purdy is playing, which is surprising. I don't know if that's a system or if it's his talent or if it's a combination of both, which I think it is. You got McCaffrey, you got Debo, you've got George Kittle, who's been a really big target for Purdy. 49ers have won 10 straight games, and Seattle has 3 wins in their last 8. That's, the only thing that I don't necessarily like is this is a division game. And so you never know about that, but, I'm throwing that out. I'm taking the 49ers at home, and I totally agree.
Matt?
Yeah, it's been a fun story with Geno, but I look at the rosters, I look at the teams, I just don't see how they win this game. I'm going with the 49ers.
Yeah. To quote Matt, what are we talking about here? It's the 49ers. I mean, Geno Smith has been an amazing story, breaking the single season passing yards record for the Seahawks, and it's great that the Seahawks, after trading away Russell Wilson, are in this position to be in the playoffs. But I think the 49ers have just been so hot and just been dismantling teams. They're probably the most complete team going into the playoffs. So I think the 49ers win this.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're all going to write Seattle off, and they definitely will be writing back. They definitely will be writing back.
It's their season. It's their season. It's a microcosm of their season. And they're like, okay, fine. Hey, forget about us.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the Vikings and the Giants next. Jeff, start us off with that one.
All right. So Minnesota, obviously at home, they've won 5 of their last 7. They're going up against the Giants team they only have 2 wins in their last 8 games. Think about that. A playoff team with 2 wins in their last 8 games. That's insane. Now, Minnesota had a tough stretch against the Giants earlier this year. In fact, a couple weeks ago. But I think Minnesota takes care of business here. I like the home field advantage. I think it's going to come into play. Could this be a close game? Absolutely. I just think Minnesota and their cardiac way about them is going to pull it out at the end. And could Kirk Cousins have 2 interceptions in this game? Yeah, he could. Could Kayvon Thibodeau get a couple sacks on him and the Giants rise to the occasion? Yeah, they could. But I like Minnesota. I'm going to take them as the home team here. And other than this and this and the Jacksonville Chargers game, I think is the hardest 2 games of the playoffs, of the wild card. So I'll go with Minnesota though.
All right, I'm taking the Giants here. I think Dable's coach of the year with how much he's done, with how little talent he has. I mean, if you look at the depth chart of the Giants even now, you'd be like, how in the hell is this team even in the playoffs, much less 1-3 games? But I think that he's got to get them ready to play, and I just can't trust Kirk Cousins, in any big primetime type game. He hasn't proven it. I mean, he's proven to fail over and over. And Minnesota has been it's really hot and cold this year. They've had some really great games, and then they've been destroyed like 40-3. So it really depends on what team shows up. I just think that the Giants will be more prepared in this game than the Vikings will be, and then they'll pull out the upset.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I'm not with you there. I hear what you're saying. I think this is going to be a competitive game. Now, I love what the Giants have done this season, and I see that jersey, that Saquon jersey in the back, and his incredible year this year, right? But I think this Vikings team is for real, and we've alluded to it already. This team has come back and been in multiple games where it's been 1-score games, and they find a way to win, and that's the main thing. And I think for great teams, even when they struggle, they find ways to win. And I'm not calling the Vikings a great team. I just think they're better than this Giants team. So give me the Vikings in this one at home. I think it'll be a closer game than people think.
I might be a hater here because I'm a Bears fan, but I'm going with the Giants, guys. I just at the end of the day, I don't find myself trusting Kirk Cousins. The Vikings, they've won some games recently, but they also seems like every single time I turn into a Vikings game, they're finding ways to win close games, but it's always like a 1-score game, and they're on the right side of it, which I guess says a lot about the coach. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm going with the Giants. I love, their head coaching. I think they have some good players, and I don't know. They played them really well a few weeks ago that was in Minnesota, right, as well, when they played the two teams. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Giants.
All right, split there, 2-2. So we're interested to see how that
first split.
Our first split. All right, last game of the wild card weekend, the Monday night game. We got the Bucs and the Cowboys. I'll go first on this one because let's be honest, Tom Brady has never lost to the Dallas Cowboys, and he will not start now. He's going to go. Dallas Cowboys laid an egg against the Commanders in the last game of the season, playing all their starters for really no reason. And I just think that was a really bad way to go into the playoffs. Dak Prescott has thrown an interception in 7 straight games and a pick 6 in 3 of the last 4. So I think that I just can't bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs, which might be his last playoff game at home. So I'm going to pick the Bucs here.
I'm gonna break it up.
I'll go. I honestly have waffled over this particular game back and forth. I think Dallas has the better defense, and if that defense comes alive, they're not gonna lose this game. But like you said, they didn't look that great in week 18, and they had their full starters in. So I don't know. My pick is Dallas. I think Dallas is going to beat Tampa. I think that Tom Brady's reign of fun in the league is going to be ending here, and I think Dallas goes out with a win on Monday night against Tom Brady's Bucs, and I think it's going to be defensive driven, and the Dallas defense comes alive. So that's my pick. If the Dallas defense does not come alive, then I swing the other way, which is why I'm kind of going back and forth on this. But I'll take the Cowboys, and I'll take them by 2.5 points.
All right, Matt.
I have gone back and forth here, but ultimately I feel like Tampa's struggled to run the ball all year long, but I feel like playoff Lenny is going to show up. I've got bet against Tom Brady so many times, and at the end of the day, I'm going to roll with the Buccaneers here. I think it could be a really, really close game, and maybe it'll go Cowboys, but ultimately I find myself coming back to Tom Brady and trusting him, so I'm going Bucs.
What's the saying? What's the saying? All great things must come to an end, baby. And so is Tom Brady's reign. Tom Brady, man, he has never never lost to this Dallas Cowboy team, and it starts this Monday. The Cowboys, man, this offensive line for Tampa has been suspect all year long, and they've been able to kind of win games against bad teams recently, beating Arizona, beating Carolina. That doesn't really impress me. And this Dallas team has been limping into the playoffs, not playing very well over the last few weeks. But as they say, this is the start of a brand new season, and this Cowboy defense is legit. If Micah Parsons versus that versus that line for the Bucs is probably all they need to win this game. So I think with the struggles recently for the Bucs, and just if Dallas can elevate their level of play, get back to how they were midseason, I think this Dallas team is probably going to be a little underrated coming into the playoffs. I like them to beat the Bucs.
All right, another split again. So NFC, no one's agreeing. I love it. All right, so to round out the show, let's pick our project into the future a little bit. Let's pick our Super Bowl winners. So Jeff, let's start with you. Who do you think wins the entire thing?
I've got Kansas City over San Francisco, and I think that Kansas City is playing better ball right now. I think they can beat Buffalo because the game's going to be in Kansas City. Now, if that was switched, I think I would lean Buffalo here. But I think Kansas City goes on to play San Francisco, real tough defense. Nick Bosa. It's going to be a tight game. But I think Kansas City wins it at the end. I mean, we're talking like maybe like a 24-20 type of game, kind of a lower scoring game for what Kansas City is used to. But I think they get it done, and it's all on the arm and the hand, the head, the ability of Andy Reid, but also the arm of Patrick Mahomes and his decision making, and Travis Kelce, and just having an offense full of weapons. I think that gets it done, even over this really, really good 49ers defense.
All right, so Kansas City over San Francisco. Matt, what do you think?
Maybe you guys should come back to me because I literally have the exact same Super Bowl matchup.
All right, Justin.
Maybe you should come back to me because I have the same. All right, but hey, I got a different result though. Just for the sake of the show, you see the Niners stuff in the back, man. There's one thing about this Kansas City team. If you're pulling off snow globes in the game, that lets me know you're ready to be in the Super Bowl. So this Chiefs team, I think for sure gets there. Against this Niner team, though, I think there's a little bit of redemption and revenge on our minds. So give me the Niners over the Chiefs. Good call, Jeff.
Okay. All right, well, I guess I'll be the different one. I'm going to go straight homer here and take Philly and the Bills in the Super Bowl. I think that the 49ers will make the NFC Championship game in this prediction. I think they're, a really great team. I just can't trust Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts right now, which is crazy to say with how Jalen Hurts was playing last year, but here we are. And I'm going to go straight homer, and the Eagles will beat the Bills 24-21 in the Super Bowl.
Nothing wrong with a homer pick.
Nothing
Matt, what you got, Matt?
If the Bears were in the playoffs, I'd say the same exact thing. So I'm not gonna dog you one bit for that. Yeah.
Oh, I know it's a homer pick. I know.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs beating the 49ers. I've watched the Chiefs throughout this, and I feel like Patrick Mahomes, what he does, it doesn't even get credited anymore because it's just the normal. But that team is just fantastic from top to bottom. They're so well coached. I think San Francisco is awesome as well. I imagine it'd be an incredible Super Bowl, but ultimately I'm going to go with KC.
All right, so there you have it. 3 people say KC and San Francisco with varying results, and I'm the only guy over here picking the Eagles and the Bills. So it's going to be hilarious when Seattle and Miami make it to the Super Bowl and we're all wrong.
Seattle.
All right, so thanks for everyone for watching, and we'll see you at divisional weekend.
That's right. And if I could just say one thing,
Yes.
with the seeds changing based on the top seed plays the lowest seed that's still available. If the Chargers beat the Jaguars, then we're looking at, and Cincinnati beats Baltimore, and then we're looking at the Buffalo Cincinnati reunion, right? Otherwise it's going to be the Chiefs would play the Chiefs would play what would they do? They play the Chargers.
Bengals win, they no matter what, they play the Bills, right?
If the no, it depends on if the Chargers win, they play let's see. If the Jaguars win,
if the Bengals win,
they would still. You're absolutely right about that. We'll have to edit that out. That's not, in fact, necessary.
It's recording. It's fine. You don't have to edit anything. I'll just ignore it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to end it now.